Welcome, guys, to Feed the Creeper. This is Ranquist here, bringing you episode number 1. How is everybody doing? I am doing amazing. I've got so many things to show you, and we've got so many things to do. Ooh, yes, come on, give me some berries. It's actually fully grown. Fully grown! Alright, so, Feed the Creeper. There is so much to do. Alright, what I'm going to do in this episode is we're going to go over some of the basics now. I did get a couple things going, as you can see from episode number 0. I do have 3 tools from Tinker's Constructs. We're going to actually start that this episode, which is really exciting. And but first, what I want to do is I want to bring you guys to spawn. Now, this is the other thing that I've actually done a little bit of. It's very confusing, and it's really... it's kind of scary until you actually get it down. This is a book stand with a linking book in it, and this brings us to our linking hub. So when I click on this button, it's going to bring us to a giant floating aisle, and I'm going to cut the recording here because it gets really wonky as far as the screen goes. So I will see you in a second, guys, at the island. Click. And we are back. We are actually in a Mystcraft world. It is a special little island that's kind of snowy, kind of sandy, a little bit of everything. But this is going to be the hub for everybody's base. So as far as I can tell, there's some technical difficulties when you get linking books all in the overworld. More to come. I'll probably be able to explain a lot better once I understand a little bit better. But in other words, we're all linking to this special Mystcraft world because it's easier. And then we have a special Mystcraft book here. Boom. And I'm going to cut it here again because it was really bad. But once we click here, we will be in spawn. Poof, and we are here. I'm going to let the world start to load. It's getting quite laggy. And you know what? That's kind of the nature of Feed the Beasts. It's laggy. So we are here, and we are at the Mystcraft book room. And this is the old hub where you can see there's a bunch of different linking books that can bring you to different bases. Like this one here is for Thor. Yeah, and Eccentric is on with me, and we are looking around. So this is the hub. There's our portal. You can see the particles going off because there are crystals that are actually inside the base. And we'll actually use a lot of them because we have quite a few of them at our own location that give you so many different cool boosting effects. So if I go into this room, which is our AFK quarters, we can wait. Boom. You can see on the side there, we've got some saturation going on, which eliminates our hunger, which is cool. So, yeah, so right when we look over here, we've got our Tinker's Construct Station. We've got some machines that you do from some smelting. We've got a mine shaft that goes down there. Some enchanting stuff with an anvil. And if we look over here, we've got the outdoors, which is very scary. We want to be very careful when we're out here because you never know what kind of monster is going to creep around the corner. So there's some rudimentary farms that, they do the job. And yeah, that's it. And so, there's some forest. Now, they haven't really done much. I want that, actually. They have not done much in the ways of beautifying the outdoors over here. So just because it's so dangerous, but everything has pretty much been done indoors. So so who knows? We may end up helping and prettifying out here and making it safe for everybody. So this is the death counter wall. As you can see, these are actually all the members, including myself. Haha. Yeah, I know. 2 deaths. We've got Eccentric 4, who's already on. Audio Modified, who owns the server and runs it. Drafter ITA. Mousy. Thor 10222 and Moshmo. I think Moshmo. Yes, sorry if I butchered your name. I'll get it soon. Nom nom. All right. So yeah, so that we've got the death counter there, and then also one other thing too to kind of put us into perspective. We've got little lockers. So instead of, in a normal, like a vanilla world where you'd have your little spawn houses with little mailboxes, we've got this little locker system here. And so we've got some oak tool racks that you can kind of put random things in, and this one here is for me. So we're going to take this down, this sign, and we are going to put our name up here because we are going to be official members of the team. Boom. All right. So if anybody wants to give me some free stuff, which I know they technically already have, that's my spot. So yeah. So another thing, if we have some stuff we want to drop off, ooh, gelatinous slime, we can do so by just coming in here, dropping it off in the locker. And as you can see, there's just a ton of stuff. And now all this stuff is fair game. It's free for anybody to take, just so long as you kind of make a promise to repay it. And for the most part, I've been just dumping into this system here because I've been playing around in Spawn for most of the time on the server. So yeah, so this is it. There's not too much left other than, kind of going through the mines and all that. But one thing that I would like to mention is that, and I'm really excited for, is there's one mod other than you can see chisels going on around here that is really neat, and it's like a flavor mod, and that is the meteorite mod. So every so often, based off of loaded chunks, you will get random chunks of stone and ores that bombard your location, which part of it's bad. Yeah, it can be really dangerous, but you get minerals up on the surface that you normally wouldn't get. And so cadmium, I don't even know what that is. But yeah, and you can find diamonds. It's pretty much every single ore that you can find. Oh crap! Every single ore that you can find has a chance to spawn within one of these meteorites. And if you kind of look, up there, you see all those random pieces of stone floating, and that's because these things don't just hit and go. They spray stuff all over the place. So you can go canopy mining and actually make out pretty good. So a lot of those ores that you saw at my spawn base were from canopy mining and just general walking around. So it's another good way to look. There's a ton of ores just underneath. You can see them all floating around. So who knows? There could be a diamond down there. So yeah, so that's that. And again, there's not too much other than, again, always being careful, because you never know what lurks around the corner. So that is gonna do it for the spawn base. I'm gonna head back and we're gonna go with some game plans. All right, guys. I will see you when we're back. We can skip all that Mystcraft stuff for another time. All right, guys. I'll see you in a second. And we are back at home. So we've done a couple things. We got some raspberry bushes because we are kind of in a rough spot. We need to really focus on getting food. That's one of our main goals, which I've already started slightly. As you can see over here to this island. I haven't really named the islands. I don't have 100% purposes for them. But this one is our food. So we're going to throw down these little these bushes, and these will grow up and constantly provide us with berries to eat, which is very cool. So so we've got these ones here, and we've actually got planted foods. And the nice thing is, if you look here, you can see we can see what we're actually working with, and we've got magical crops and natura and a bunch of different things. All give a lot of neat different just extra types of food. Which is cool, and it allows us to do a couple things. So look, I got corn on the cob. I can eat that in a second. So it allows us to, one, have just more food going on all the time. Boop. Look at that thing grow. But it also adds the ability to kind of really get some good building themes going. So yeah, so there's that. So food is starting to get, the food situation is getting better. It's better than when I started, and so yeah, and then I did a little bit. I'm gonna start to kind of prettify this at least enough so that it's an acceptable house. But one thing I wanted to show you too, we picked the best location, in my opinion, that I think I could have found. You know, I was kind of just walking around. Where is it? Which one? I was walking around exploring my island, and then I found this little outlet. Boom. As you can see, I've explored and started to work on it a little bit, and I think this is going to be our work area, at least for now. And we've got this hole that I've kind of squared off, and then if we go for a little bit further, we've got this cave system, and oh my god, yes, you can see it, and you can hear it. This place is epic. Look at that. Oh god. I think he's coming up around the corner. Yeah. So again, this is... Come on. Ooh. That was a bad noise. Anyways. So as you can see, I'm going to quickly peek around the corner. There is a spider spawner right there. Very scary. Very scary. I'm frightened already. And I actually got a quick peek at it a little bit better earlier, and I think there's at least 2 spawners there. So there's one. Oh goodness. Okay. And there's the second one. Yeah. So, oh my goodness, is that another one? That is a terrifying noise. Absolutely terrifying. I have no idea what that is. Oh man, this is insane. Oh, there it is. There it is. I don't know what that is, but Manticore. Ah, hello Manticore. Now that you're dead. Okay. And we've kind of stalled it slightly. Not great, but a little bit. Alright, so we're done with down here. Alright. As you can see, I was really excited. You know, that's a great find. Really, especially early off the bat, so close to the surface. We can do a lot of things with that being there, and we will. So, I wanted to just show you that quick little thing, and as you can see, I don't know if your heart was pounding, but mine was. There's just some terrifying things going on. So what do we need to do? Again, we've got some food, and we also need to work on our ore situation, and we need to work on our tools. So I'm going to cut the video here, and we will come back, and I will have the materials for our first thing. We need to start to... we don't just want to collect the ores and smelt them right off the bat. We want to get the most bang for our buck, and so how we're going to do that? Ore doubling. Yes, we are. So we're going to start off with some basic ore doubling, and we're going to move on from there. And then hopefully we'll get a little bit more complicated as we go and build a huge empire. So I'll be back with our first machine. As rudimentary as it's going to be, it'll still be a machine. So we'll be back in a second. And I am back, guys. Let's take a look real quick. So what do I need to build first for ore doubling? It's going to be our very own basic non-electric grindstone. Yes. One thing I'd like to spotlight, this is NEI, not enough items. And this mod allows you to see everything in the game, also search for things. You can check recipes, which is really cool. So there's the recipe that we're going to be making, the grindstone. What we need is 3 either nether quartz or Certus quartz dust. We need 2 cobblestone, 3 stone, and we need a wood gear. So we've got our 3 stone, which I just cooked up. We've got our cobblestone. We've got 10 Certus quartz. I was very lucky. And all we need is the wooden gear. Now we're going to be making a lot of these gears, okay, over the next, well, forever. So what we need in order to make a wooden gear, oh, neat. Very cool. Sorry, I didn't even know that happened. Apparently, you can, with a crafting station, if you put a chest next to it, you can kind of use it like a chest bay. I'm going to use that very often. Alright, so if you take 4 sticks, put them in a circle like that, you get a wooden gear, which is very cool. Now, there are different levels of gears. We'll get there when we get there. So I think that the gear is, at least it started from Buildcraft. So we take our gear. Ooh, one other thing, too. How do I do this? Boom. Yes. Yeah. So if you hit that, hit the question mark, it'll actually show you where you need to put everything, which is very cool. So we take that, so then we get our 3 there, and our last 2 pieces, and boom, we've got our grindstone. Now you can't just put any old ore in there and have it run. You actually need to put a handle. I think it's called a lever. Sorry about that. Yeah. The terminology is important. So we get the wooden crank. That's what we need. Now if we grab this, we can take our wooden crank, put it in there, and you hit it. Now there's nothing in there, so there's nothing for us to really grind down. So I will be right back. And actually, no, let's. I don't need to be right back. Let's start off with some iron. Now this, again, it's a very rudimentary way to do it. Kind of like how the ancients used to do it. Throw this in there, and you hit it, and it pulls it in. And after a while, you'll eventually get dust, iron dust. Yeah, there it is. Boom, 2 iron dust. Very cool. Now, so that's from 1. Now we take that, we can then create our, handy dandy, boom, furnace, of course. Let's throw you right there. Sure. And of course we smelt it the normal way. Now this is very inefficient, of course, and I'm not going to waste coal on that. I'm going to cook this up, and we will be good to go. So this is probably where I'm going to end the episode. There's so much to cover, and we've... Oh, dang it. See, that's what happens. One other thing, with the cranks, you have to kind of keep an eye on what you're working on. If you hit it too much after, it actually breaks the crank, so you just got to go back and make another one. Boom. But we've got our 6 iron ore that we just kind of that we've made up, and we took that from 3 iron, 6 iron dust taken from 3 iron ore, and we're going to have 6 iron ingots. Boom. So yes, ore doubling, the most important thing you can start off in any sort of Feed the Beast. So thank you guys for watching through this. I know this is kind of a long episode, kind of chippy in different certain pieces, but there was a lot to cover, a lot to get done. And so yeah, for next time, we're going to work some more on creating our infrastructure, building some important machines, and hopefully in the next episode, get out of holding the grind button and into some real machines. So again, thanks for watching, guys. We will see you next time. Bye-byes.